I didn't get to know Dr. B until a little bit later in my career. I started here in 1997, but I got to know him in about 2005 when I started moving into management. Interesting with the relationship with Dr. Brookshire and working for him for so many years, you knew that it was all going to be okay whether you lost or won the job or you made a mistake. He wasn't always pushing us from a profit standpoint, but he always wanted to leave a legacy of quality, a legacy of having a very ethical company behind him. And that's some of the things that he empowered us to do with our decision making. And that was made us to be a very comfortable place to work for us.
He was more than a mentor. He was also a friend and a hunting and fishing buddy. My starting point was higher than most because of what I learned under him when I was going to college. And then I learned more working for him in chemical engineering department.
One of the interesting things he taught me was that, and you'll hear this, that bad news has no shelf life.
One of the most memorable lessons I guess I've learned from Dr. B, and that was really spread throughout this company is one of his famous one-liners: bad news has no shelf life.
And that means that we always tell the truth, we tell it quickly. That's not only internally, but to our clients as well. And that is one of the things that resonates with me.
I think that was probably one of the best lessons I've learned.
So he was a man of uncommon generosity and compassion, and hardworking was in the essence of his character. You know, he came from a family of very little means. He worked his way through college, and I literally worked his way through college, holding down several jobs while he attended classes. And, you know, because of that, I think he is an inspiration to many.
I think he had a burning desire to give back some of his successes to the community, and especially the engineering profession.
I met Dr. Brookshire when Russell Dunleavy invited me to come to lunch with him. I was the Associate Dean for Undergraduate Programs at the time, so they invited me in to this luncheon so that I could give guidance on how Dr. Brookshire could design a scholarship program that would really work for students. He wanted to give scholarships to students who were working, who were supporting themselves, putting themselves through college. And it became clear that's because that's the way it worked for him, and he thought it would work for other students as well. Most students aren't capable of doing what Dr. Brookshire could do when he was a student. He was, I think, truly amazing in terms of what he was able to achieve and how hard he could work while going to school and excelling while going to school.
He was interested in helping the people that were helping themselves by trying to work and go to school. And so that was pretty much a value. And so I was just very, very happy that he decided to do that.
One of the impactful things that I remember in our relationship was him reaching out to me to help with the U of H scholarship program when he first started it. My background was very much like his in that I was a full-time student at U of H and I worked full-time as well. And so he had a lot of value for that. And that is reflected in how he set up his scholarship program. That's a lot to do with who he wanted to help. And he looked at someone who could balance an education, especially in engineering, and being able to work and support themselves at the same time. And so I was very flattered to be a part of that and help him put that together.
Working students putting themselves through college got a chance to succeed when outside forces might have kept them from succeeding.
Dr. Brookshire changed my life. I was ready to just quit school. We were struggling anyway. I figured that maybe I thought too much of myself. Maybe this was a dream that I couldn't achieve, and I needed to be realistic. I needed to get a regular job and just struggle to feed my family like everybody else. Dr. Brookshire believed in me in a time when I didn't believe in myself. So his scholarship made me what I am today. I wouldn't be this NASA engineer. I wouldn't be who I am. My family wouldn't be enjoying the things we have if he hadn't come into my life.
I guess he's had the motto of really putting a lot of energy into his life and becoming very successful by it. But he's also said, I want to pay that back to the community, and I want to help people out.
The lunches that we would go to for the scholarship every year, he would get so excited about going to see the lunches. As you sat in the lunch and you got all of the students that stood up and would tell Dr. Brookshire the impact that it made on his life, you could tell that he was truly happy at that moment. He's given back something he's worked so hard for and means so much to him. And to hear from all of the different students the impact that he's had on their lives, you could tell it was just a truly happy moment for him.
I think the time I cherish the most is when I first met him. My family fell on really rough, hard times, and we were homeless. And I was actually going to quit. So I got the scholarship a semester before we lost everything. And it was just too much. And I thought, I was just going to go to the first banquet and thank this man for all of his help. Because he basically gave my family a donation that got us out of the homeless shelter and got me back into school. So I came and I was just like, hi, Dr. Brookshire. And I had this whole speech planned. Hey, my name is Mijan. You did this for us. And I just want to say thank you. And I said, hi, Dr. Brookshire. And he said, I know you. And I'm like, you know who I am? And he's like, yes, you're Mijan. And he said, when I tell people about bravery, you're the people that I tell them about. And he's like, you're my example for bravery. And he literally said, I want you in this thing and I want you back here. And he's like, I want you back in this program. And I just started to cry. There was nothing I could say other than thank you. And I just came there to say goodbye and to say, and I left the banquet and I went straight to the dean's office and said, can I come back? And that is the thing that I remember most about him.
This kind of award, this kind of honor would make him uncomfortable. I think he deserves it. I think it is a wonderful recognition of the amazing contribution he's made to the University of Houston and the Cullen College of Engineering.
I'm so proud, I guess is the main thing, to see how he started a company from scratch and built it into what we are today. I think he's very, very deserving of the award. All that he's done for the kids in the college is very deserving.
Really brings a lot of joy to my heart to see that he's being recognized here with this honor. I guess my only regret is that he couldn't be here to receive it himself.
To me, it means for him to get the recognition that he deserves, because he's the kind of man who does amazing things in the background. He never wants to be in the forefront. He is not the kind of guy that's going to have a press conference and say, hey, I did these wonderful things for all these students. So I think even though that's a recognition he deserves. So to me, this is something that he should have gotten, and I wish he could have been here to see it.